Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial using the e.l.f. products. So you've probably seen some of their stuff go viral on Instagram, so I decided to buy some stuff. So I bought a handful of products. It is not a collaboration. I paid for the products and I'm not promoting them in any way. They seem to have a really reasonable range, so I thought, why not try it, test it for you guys and see how it goes. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so first I'm starting with this W Air Lift Pore Primer. This was also bought over Instagram, so I'm just going to spread that out onto my skin. This is the second time that I'm actually going to be using this primer. It's really nice. I don't actually feel like it tightens the pores, but I do feel like it works as a really nice sheet under your foundation. So I'm going to try that. Okay, so first step, I'm going to prime my eyelids. And I'm just using the Fair Warm shade by e.l.f. It's the 16-hour Camo Concealer, and I am just going to blend that out. Okay, eyelids are primed. I'm next going to take the e.l.f. Mad for Matte eyeshadow palette. It's got a nice selection of colours, as you can see. So I'm probably going to go where I'm comfortable, which would probably be about here and here, and not do something too heavy, something nice and natural. Let's go with a nice brown. So I'm taking the crease brush by e.l.f. and I am going to get plenty of product on my brush and see how this blends out. So I'm just going to take it in the crease. Oh, I'm not sure about this colour. Oh, it's quite light. Okay, I'm going to take something a little bit darker than that one, just so that we can see it. That's better, so you can see it's nice and dark and there's something there. So I'm going to blend that out and be right back. Okay, so that is a crease colour put in. I took this shade here, that one, that is what you see in my lid. So next I'm going to take black and I'm going to put it all over the lid. I will show you what I mean. So taking the same brush, I don't use many brushes, I like to kind of just use the same one because I don't need to go back and blend. So I am going to take the black and just put it on the lid. Okay, so I'm going to blend that and be right back. Okay, the black is now blended. So now I'm going to take another colour in the crease because you can see that the black is there and it's quite evident that the black's there and the crease colour is separate. So I'm going to take an intermediate colour now and blend the two. I was thinking to take something to brighten it, so I was maybe going to go with that shade there. So I'm going to pop that on and show you guys very quickly and then I'll go and blend it. So that's going to go just in the crease line and I'm just going to keep my eye open and I'm going to blend that in. So a little bit like that, and I'm going to blend that out and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm all blended out now. I've taken 3 colours and transitioned them and still made it look a little bit smoky. So next I'm going to take this Smudge Eye Sponge by e.l.f. and I'm going to take the black and I'm going to line my eye a little bit darker than the shadow just so that it looks a little bit more smoky. So I'm going to take the black and I am going to literally line it. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it makes a big difference, but once you have your lashes on, it actually does. Okay, I'm going to run and do the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, next I'm going to highlight the brow bone and I'm just using a little bit of my highlighter because I just feel like it's a little bit more oomphy and it's got nice colours in it that should hopefully blend. So I'm taking the Too Faced highlighter in Canary Diamond and I am going to just pack it onto my brush and I'm going to literally highlight my brow bone. It's got like the pink particles in it, which is really, really nice, and it'll blend with the kind of maroony browns, so I thought, why not? Yeah, so next I'm going to fill my brows and I'm going to take the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Ebony because obviously I have quite dark hair and I want to kind of match, but sometimes I do get a little bit carried away and it's so easy to do that with your brows, get carried away. So I like to stay a little bit light-handed and I feel like the pomade gives me that control. Some people would argue that pencils or something like this, the Goof Proof, that would make you get carried away. But in essence, I get carried away with the pomade, the pencils, not the pomade. But I don't know if I made any sense there. But anyway, so I'm going to fill my brows. I'm going to obviously just quickly pop them on, and I'll be right back. But I'm going to just show you quickly what I do. So what I do is I'm just going to line and shape first, and then blend out. So okay, so basically filling the gaps, that's what I'm doing, lining it, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, brows are on, and I am going to stick some lashes on, just very natural lashes that I picked up from the drugstore. I can't actually remember what brand they are because I've used them a couple of times, so I'm just going to pop them on. Now, putting lashes on can be quite tricky. I just feel like it's easier when you're like looking kind of down and your mirror's slightly higher at this angle, so that you can place the lash on your lid and get it on. So I'm going to do that. And in fact, do you know what? Yeah, let's just do this. I always feel like the middle bit's important. So you've got the middle bit on, then you can just get the end and the beginning. Pretty perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry in. Hey guys, so the next step is would be if you want to correct. However, I'm not going to correct because at this moment in time I'm really happy with my skin. I usually just correct ever so slightly in the corners, which I may actually do. Let me just find my corrector. Probably might just need to use a little bit of the old trick, which is just to use a red lipstick if I find a brush. Excuse me, the studio's actually a mess. Okay, I've got this little brush that'll do. I won't open one of the e.l.f. brushes, but it's fine. So I'm just going to take a little bit of red lipstick on the end of my brush, and I am going to correct. I don't want to overdo it, so I'm going to take some product over and just share it onto the other eye. I just feel like makeup's a little bit plain, depending on what it is you want to achieve with it. So there's never a right or wrong. Ladies always ask me, oh, if I put too much on, does that mean, you know, I need to start all over again? But you don't. Basically, what my advice would be, I always keep like a little towel, and I clean my brushes on it, and take the excess product off. So if you've got too much on, then you can just blend it out further without having to, you see what I mean? Like, you can just take it down a little bit, give it a good clean, and then remove some of the product, but at the same time just spread it out. To be honest, that's the only part that I usually correct. I don't really have any grey areas around my mouth or anywhere else, so for me that's all I need. And okay, so foundation I'm taking is the Flawless Finish Foundation by e.l.f. and this is shade Almond. It's medium with peachy undertones, so that kind of is me down to a T. So I'm going to just take a little bit on the back of my hand, and it looks a little bit light, but my hand's darker than my face because I've still got my tan from my holiday, so that's perfect. Now to blend that out, first I'm going to just take my spectrum brush. It's the BO1, and I'm going to warm it up on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to take it and start applying it. So a lot of people ask me, a very common question is, you know, what is the best way to apply foundation? Now, I love using a sponge at the end just to give you that flawless finish. And if your brush has left any streaks, then it's also nice because it will obviously diminish those streaks. But some people like to put it on directly with a beauty blender, other people don't. So it just honestly depends what, you know, what works for you. There isn't a right or wrong. I would say try what works and just then stick to that. I alternate. I use a sponge for every day, and then if I'm doing a video like this, I feel like it gets a bit messy, so I can do it with the foundation brush and then I can just blend it out. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. The foundation is on, so now I'm going to take my beauty blender, and it's just slightly dampened. I'm just going to blend this out nicely. Now, I actually, when I bought this shade, and online, it's quite difficult. I actually thought that this shade would be a little bit dark because I like my makeup tan, but it's actually quite light compared to what I normally use. It is pretty light, so it's not a problem. I mean, we're going to contour yet, so I'm sure it will be just fine. Okay, so as you can see, I've blended that out, and it's pretty nice. Very surprised, very surprised, because sometimes drugstore foundations can be, you know, quite blotchy, and this is just so nice. It just glides on very nicely. Okay, so now it is time for concealer. I've got my concealer on, and I am going to be using my beauty blender, just dampening it with a little bit of setting spray, and I am going to blend this out. Now, I like the concealer to sit on my face for about 30 to maybe 40 seconds before I start blending it, because it just adapts so much better to your skin. So that's a great tip, because sometimes when you put it on and start blending straight away, it just kind of just separates. It's not really nice. So I like to leave it on skin for a minute. Now, I started with this side, so obviously I'm going to blend this side first. So sorry, I took two shades of the concealer. I've taken the lighter and the darker, and I'm just blending them both. One is medium and one is fair warm. And the fair warm is the lighter colour of the two. It is pretty light, honestly. I never go this light, but I suppose when you shop online, it's always a hit or a miss. So I like to just spread the highlighter out under my nose, where the smile lines are. I feel like the centre part of the face is nice when it's highlighted. So I'm going to quickly blend this side out as well, because I don't want the product to be on my skin too long. And I'm just kind of taking it up the bridge side of my nose, because obviously we want to contour the nose and it'll look nice when we do that. So okay, and I'll just blend this on my nose. I'm not sitting too near the camera. It's just so you can see. Okay, so it's all blended out. I'm really reluctant to use different setting powders. I usually only stick to Huda, so this is very daunting. I feel like I'm getting palpitations, but I am going to be using, as I said, e.l.f. products. So I've used the foundation, the concealer. I'm next going to use the e.l.f. setting powder, and I'm going to set all this concealer wherever I put it, and hopefully it doesn't ruin the makeup, because I just feel like any powder that I use just ruins the makeup. It just does not help. So okay, concealer on, powder out. The powder compact is really small in comparison to like a normal compact, you can see. So I'm just going to test it, to be honest. What else can you do? It's the best way, isn't it? So I'm going to pour a little bit out just to make life easy, because it's too small to dip the sponge in. Looks really nicely milled, nice and fine, the powder, so hopefully it will do us wonders. Okay, so taking my sponge, I'm just going to pack some powder on it, and I am, oh goodness, now I don't like to keep my powder on too long. I've kind of cut down on the baking, and the reason is because I'm getting older. I feel like when you bake, it obviously dries out your under eyes, so now I just apply the powder and I just blend it out straight away, just because it gives me a smoother finish with no wrinkles. I'm just going to put a wee bit on my nose, on my forehead, and a wee bit around my mouth. I don't get any prominent smile lines. I mean, I'm really grateful that I don't get any prominent smile lines, but I'm quite lucky, so I don't need to bake around my mouth. I know a lot of girls do. So I'm just taking any excess powder off with my powder brush, and this one's from Masked. It's the blusher brush, but I use it for powder because it's that perfect size to get under your eyes. Okay, I'm really pleased so far. It is a little bit light, but it's really nice. So next what I'm going to do is I'm using the contour palette by e.l.f. In Deep, and I will be using obviously the darkest shade there, which is that one, because they are too light. And I'm going to contour the sides of, well, contour the face. So I'm going to start, oh, this stuff's really dark. I've not even had to dip it in twice. Wow, that's impressive. So I'm really pleased so far. This is just getting better. Yeah, contour, contour, contour. Life is nothing without contour, as they say. Right, okay, so fab. I'm going to blend that out. I'm not going to come too far down, just slightly blend it out. Should be in conjunction with your eyeball. Your contour shouldn't go past that area. I think this one's come out a wee bit. No, we're okay. But both sides of your face are always so different, so it's really hard to tell. The next part is the jawline, and I like to blend it into my ear. So, yep, the famous 3, yep, it is very true. The famous 3 always works. Okay, so, okay, I look like a clown just now, but what I'm going to do also is contour my nose, and then I'm going to go away and blend it, and I'll be right back. I'm going to use the same little brush, which is the bronzing brush by e.l.f. It's a lovely light little brush, and it is getting it everywhere I need it to be really nicely. So I'm going to just, perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go away and I'm going to blend this out, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so that is the contour blended. I managed to get a little bit of my hairline, but next I'm going to go in with the blush palette, and the blush palette is really cute. It's got some nice colours there. That one's quite peachy. We've got kind of amber rosy, quite rosy, and then pink. So I'm a little bit confused because I don't know which one to go for. So I probably will go with the little amber one here, just so, or maybe the pinky one, I don't know. Let's go with this one, yeah, because we want it to kind of flow with the eyes, and there's a wee bit of that pinky reddy colour in the eyes. Now I don't want too much blusher, so I'm just going to tap my brush. I'm not a big fan of blusher. Oh, a wee bit too much for me. Okay, that's it, no more than that. Okay, so I'm gonna just, I'm gonna clean the brush on my towel and then blend it out because I don't want any more than I have one already. I think there's a wee bit less on the side. Clean, blend. Guys, if you have any questions, please just comment below and I will do my best to reply to everybody. I usually do, so do let me know if there's anything at all, and I will be happy to comment and help you guys out. If you've got any skincare, any makeup issues, just let me know. So I'm just gonna, oh perfect. Okay, so next I'm gonna finish the under eyes, and I'm gonna do the shades that we did at the top. I am taking the small eyeshadow brush by e.l.f. It's just called the eyeshadow brush. They're all labelled, and I am going to use that to do the colours from the top. So the first colour I'm going to do is the colour, the actual colour, so pinky colour. Then I'm going to do the black. So I'm going to do it in that order and be right back. Okay guys, that's the under eyes done, and I've just put a little coat of mascara on just so they all blend. Now the next step would be highlighter, so let's get our highlighter out. Now the e.l.f. contour palette actually comes with a really cute kind of golden highlight, so I'm going to try it and see how it is, because obviously I want to try all the e.l.f. products. It's quite pretty, very subtle. I think it just depends how you apply it. Again, some people like to apply it crazily. I will probably dampen the beauty blender and then do it that way. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the smaller brush, okay, and then I'm going to see how that works. Yeah, that's better. I always like a smaller brush for my highlight. I just feel like it just kind of highlights that area that you want it to be in, and it's a lot nicer when it's kind of personal to where you want it instead of going it everywhere. Do you see what I mean? So on the centre of my nose and slightly up the bridge. Okay, and I'm just going to put a little bit on the temples of my forehead and blend it out a wee bit. Lovely. It's actually a really nice highlighter. You can see the shade. just going to pack on quite a lot. Okay, then I'm going to take a clean brush and just blend it. I just don't want it to be stuck in one place. Okay guys, so I'm going to set my makeup now. I didn't seem to have, I don't think they had a fixing spray, so I'm just going to use the MAC fixing spray. Okay, I'm going to give that a little minute, and then we're going to come into the lips. For the lips, I'm just going to be using an NYX lipstick. It's a new one called Suede, and they are all a matte collection, which is my favourite. So I'm going to use Brunch Me, and I've had the shade on a few times. I used to think all lipsticks just look the same on me. So I started venturing out a little bit, different product, like different companies. I just used to use the same all the time. So very important step, just blotting the lips a couple of times. And I feel like wax paper is the ultimately best thing, better than tissue. Okay, so blotted, and then I'm going to take my top shade again. Okay, lovely. Just take my powder brush and like it, love it. Okay, so guys, this is the finished look. Now I don't know if you can see it properly, but there we go. I think this is quite low, however that is the finished look for the e.l.f. products. So I used the e.l.f. foundation, the e.l.f. concealer, I used the e.l.f. eyeshadow palette, contour palette, blush palette, their brushes, their setting powder, and this is the final look. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little tutorial. I'm really loving the products.